Dr. Khong holds a PhD in physics from the University of Canterbury, New Zealand, and did his postdoctors at King's College London. His career spans both academia and industry, and he has worked in New Zealand, United Kingdom, United States America, Japan, Australia, and Germany. In academia, he was lecturer at the Institute of Advanced Studies, University of Malaya, associate professor, Faculty of Applied Science at AIMST, Dean, School of Science and Technology, Wawasan Open University, and Professor and Vice Chancellor of KDU University College. In industry, he was Chief Scientist for Shinetsu Handotai, Engineering Manager for Fuji Electric, Staff Engineer and Materials Engineering Manager for Intel, and Director of Global Manufacturing, Engineering for First Solar. He has published about 20 peer-reviewed and conference papers, and has spoken at international meetings. Dr. Khong has a passion for scientific education and development of young people. After a brief period of retirement in mid-2015, he assumed the role of CEO for TechDome Penang, the first science discovery center in Penang, set up to inspire young people in the areas of science and technology. STEM is an incubator, increasing imagination, creativity, commitment, persistence, and self-confidence for students to face an increasingly competitive future. STEM helps students by improving their inquiry and observation-based teaching techniques, project-based and research-based teaching. Problem and solution-based teaching are the focus of teaching and learning. In addition, today we can see various STEM activities exposing students to the use of machines and software, such as robotics, arm robotics, 3D printers, and drones.
Program Makerspace, okay. Tujuan program ini adalah untuk memberi pelajar peluang untuk berinovasi. So inovasi ada dua segi. Satu adalah kemahiran dan segi yang lain adalah peralatan. So kebanyakan sekolah dia tak ada peralatan, so tak mungkin dia mendapat kemahiran. So kami membawa bukan ini saja, ada banyak peralatan yang lain untuk mereka ada peluang menggunakan tangan. Masa ini banyak pelajar bukan terlalu minat macam membaca buku, mereka ada video, ada YouTube. So saya fikir kalau mereka ada peluang menggunakan tangan, ada lebih peluang untuk mereka mendapat pengajaran yang alternatif yang lebih sesuai untuk zaman ini. Kerana pengetahuan meningkat terlalu pantas, jadi the teacher cannot teach fast enough. So the best thing is to teach them how to learn themselves, and this is a innovation space. I'm hoping boleh membuka ini keminatan dalam.
Yeah, maybe we put it in a structure and a scheme that you're not familiar with, this GPS structure. So maybe you have it, but you just circle. Okay, one more minute. Done. Okay. Maybe I'll pick on you. Okay, I think I will pick lah. I will pick. Okay, so that we don't get the same person. Okay, all right. So for this table, I will pick on Safa because he's the quietest person.
Maybe I go for cost down.
Your goal is cost down. Okay, you are with MIS, right? No, sorry. idea. So, okay, cost down, yes, your priority.
Priority, purchase, required.
So your priority is purchasing. Okay, and then?
cut down costs for maintenance.
Okay, so maintenance cost reduction. Okay, now you give me your step just for 2 lah. Okay.
Identify the required.
Okay. Okay, so scrutinize requests, necessity of requests. Okay, good. Yeah.
Then go to the maintenance. If the system requires external maintenance,
Yes.
or internal support.
Okay.
Internal support, then you can use the cost for
Okay. Okay. So choosing between external and internal support. Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. How about here? Okay. Yes. I'm so happy somebody volunteered finally. Wow. Okay. Go on. Yes. Okay. Okay, so you have four priority areas that you're going to work on. All right. Okay, and your steps. Yeah.
Second, approach any and book
Okay.
product,
Yeah.
and then stop the then we request production to use the PPH,
Okay.
and also shut down when there's also necessary.
Okay, all right. Okay, there's only one gap in the steps because you say work with planner, right? So, but that one is a little bit vague lah. All right. How do you work with planner? What do you work with planner about? Right? Is it to match material to productivity rate? Is it to look at the inventory or whatever? So you got to be that specific lah. And the goal for the first one, was it SMART goal? Okay, you think about it. Okay, all right. Okay, so here, who is it? Yes, good.
So now you work on localization.
So your goal is
Localization.
okay.
This from following,
Yeah.
and now we tell you this from here.
Okay, so that means local procurement. So is that a SMART goal?
Yes.
Is it specific? Local seems specific. Measurable? Anything measurable?
Okay, because now some comparing to the tax, the government tax concern.
Yeah. Okay, so if it's going to be a cost component, then you need to put that because for measurable mah. So you want to reduce purchasing cost by 15%, something like that. Then that become a SMART goal lor. And then by when you're going to do it. Okay? Yeah. So if you set a goal like I'm going to reduce production costs or procurement costs, then it's not complete as a goal, right? So it must have all the 5 elements of the SMART goal. Okay. Your priorities here?
Priority, for example, put the step up first, and second, common chemical.
Okay. Okay. So machine spare part is not a complete statement of a priority area. Machine spare part is just the object lah. So you may want to say optimize machine spare part stocking, something like that. That's your priority area. Okay, optimization of machine part stock, something like that lah. So that will give you an idea of what you are focusing on. You know, your priority area. Okay, yeah, carry on. Sorry.
So for step, so for step, first we list out all the material for which you want to try,
Yeah,
and come out the setting, kata,
yeah,
then you want to press the wheel, and then complete.
yeah.
So next, work out like static department,
Yeah.
like production,
Yeah.
and prepare all the text record
Yeah.
and put the continuous text.
Okay. All right. Okay, so you need to link your steps to your priority area. So when you say you want to optimize machine part stocking, right? So your steps got to link to that one, no? Okay. So you did mention a little bit about that, but I think the link has to be a bit stronger, lah. Okay. And then also the steps. Sometimes you can add some rationale. All right. So I give one example. Last time, we stocked 14 million worth of inventory, okay, and we didn't realize that that inventory hit our books, every quarter. Finance agree or not, your inventory will hit your books, right, because you are carrying the cost. And so our goal at that time, all right, was to reduce the inventory by cost, by 50% of cost by 1 quarter. Okay. Now, why we are confident we can do that is because we realize that the stocking of parts doesn't make sense. Engineering, we knew it, but we just didn't have the time. But now it become critical. 14 million is no small deal, so it's a lot of money to hit. So what we did was we set the priority areas, okay. If you want a funny version is go hit the warehouse, all right. But what we actually not hit them but what we mean is optimize inventory at the warehouse, all right. So the priority areas is inventory at warehouse. That was our priority area, and only one, because that is where the goal is, that one location, right? Cost us 14 million, and then the quarterly report always hit the books a lot. So the step was figure out the slow moving, the moderate moving, and the fast moving inventory. So obviously, if it's a slow moving inventory, right, the machine parts and machine parts are very expensive, right? So we made the decision that okay, this machine part only draw out once every 2 to 3 years. Then why are we stocking so many there? So we suddenly reduce everything, and then if one taken out, we can get the replacement quite confidently before the next machine breaks down, because the machine hardly breaks down for a long time. So that itself already saved us 40% of the cost. Then after that, we went through the moderate one. We stocked so many items. Okay, so the step is, all right, to rationalize the slow moving, moderate moving, and fast moving inventory. And that was the step we took. And just by that alone, we saved the inventory stocking by 90%. And that was a huge impact. Okay. So you need to link your steps to your priority a little bit closer. Okay. All right. Last one. Ooh. Yes. Okay.
My second goal is on time delivery.
On time delivery. Okay. Wait. Pause there. Is that goal smart or not? You see, that's what I meant, we know it, all right, but once it comes to doing things, I don't know, somehow we won't do it, somehow, I don't know why. Okay. So these are basic things that actually will really make a big difference. Okay, sorry, carry. Okay, yeah. OTT.
The priority because we have a lot of partners,
Yeah.
and we'll focus on being the important customer first follow up.
So your priority is what?
Important customer first follow up. Important customer partner first.
Okay. So part number related to products for
With the high volume part.
high volume parts. Okay, so your priority area is the focus on the high volume parts. Okay, parts related to high volume products. Yeah. Okay.
Then next is check the important material before we schedule the material before we install the shipment.
Okay. So it is related also to the important customers.
Yes, learning.
Yeah.
Some is like one order, then
Yeah.
either this material, then
Okay.
next one is the first and then further.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Then the step after that we need to monitor the movement.
Okay.
Follow the plan today
Mm-hmm.
and backlog and backlog plan now example double plan.
Right.
Then we have a daily maintaining production log
Okay.
and next is the progress monitor.
Okay. All right. Okay. So what's missing for me in your steps are the rationale why you did. For example, you have daily meeting with the production floor, right? I know clarity on what the meeting about, for what purpose, and what is exactly been discussed, what's monitored, right? And what's the outcome of the meeting, right? So the clarity on the steps, I think, is quite important. And then the priority area, I think I'm clear. You are focusing on high volume parts to important customers, right? Okay. Yeah.
Because we try to avoid the delay or shortage for the customer.
Yeah.
If the cost maybe the customer right now.
Yeah. So the steps also, because you want to make sure the continuity of production, correct or not? Right? That means that you are confident, you have no issue with incoming material supply. You are very confident on that, no issue. Yeah, if no issue, then it's not in your steps. I can understand lah. All right. But let's say I'm running the factory, these are the sort of questions I will ask, right? Hey, how is the material? Can come in on time or not? And what is the status? What is it now? So I got 6 material for the production of this part. All right. Then I'm a C, so I would dig into those details, right? And then I will ask you, okay, you got 6 parts, all right? You tell me each part, what is the lead time to coming, and what is your stocking level, from here to there, right? So again, same as that, the connection between the steps and the priority need to be there, lah. Okay, and I will add one more thing. Your steps need to be comprehensive. That means that everything that you do will support the focus area, the priority area, right? So if you have gaps in your steps to support that, then you'll find that your goal may be impacted lah. All right? Yeah. Okay. So basically, this is the brief version of the strategic planning. It's called GPS. Okay, and that is part of leadership, that you have the strategy that is clear to you and other people can follow as well, and they can align with. All right. Okay. So we finish with that. Okay, I think we are making okay time. Okay, the next one I want to talk about communication. So we just very briefly look at leadership. Just to recap. And Gen Y don't like recaps, and Gen Z also is like old people repeating themselves. But I always find this one thing that it's always good to repeat a little bit. So the 3 C's, okay, is important, and the GPS. So for leadership, you can focus on just these 2 things and do it well. You are like 80-90% there already. The rest is just refinement, okay? But like I mentioned before, many of us would look at systems that we have picked up, and then after a while we just forget about it and just go and do things the way it is. But I think it's worthwhile to try to have that discipline to put it in, like SMART goal. You learn SMART goals and make sure that every time you write a goal is SMART, then your chances of success is improved. Because these are not things people dream out, these are things that have been proven and tested many times all over the place, okay? But for some reason, we are always want to have ideas to do things or whatever. So if we can try to stick to that, you probably, I mean, my experience, your experience will be different. The 3 C's and the GPS will take you quite far. Okay, all right. So recap the 3 C's of leadership. All right, and now the next two sections is on communication and connection, right? To a large extent, the strategy and the 3Cs has to do with, the GPS has to do with clarity as well, okay? So now we talk about communication, is how we deliver messages, all right? Now I give you some fun facts. I say communication adaptability because it's about disc, and all of us communicate differently, but we need to change our communication mode, all right, depending on our disc style and other people's disc style, okay? I look at your disc profile, the one that those are submitted, you're quite diverse, okay? But your dominant is more, all right, the primary trait, many of you are dominant, okay, but there's quite, not many doesn't mean majority, is like maybe 40-50%, but then there are a lot of I's and S's. That means that there are a lot of different people in your group, so you've got to adapt in your communication, right? And if you think that this one just talk only, it's not. So they've done the research, and you go and can look it up, all right? 86% of employees cite lack of collaboration / communication as workplace failures. So if we fail to communicate, of course on the surface things will go on because the structures and procedure, you just follow, people turn up and do their stuff, alright? But workplace failures means that the organization is not optimized to perform properly, alright? And teams with effective communication practices are 4.5 times more likely to retain employees. Okay, think about that. Effective communication can help with retention. And companies with 100k plus employees lose about 62 million annually due to poor communication. But of course, 62 million is chicken feed to companies that are billions, and now they are coming to $1 trillion company. But they have market capitalization, but the annual turnover is a few hundred billion. So 62 million, nothing lah, okay? But still, it's some money, all right? So there is cost involved for communication. So just some fun facts here. Okay. The first thing about communication is one size don't fit all, all right? And this is a common mistake many managers make, all right? They use their dominant style, their one style to communicate. Of course, people get used to you, but it's not as good as you adapting to people rather than people getting used to you, okay? After a while, it gets very tiring lah, okay? So we need to adapt, sort of give and take, right? Like me as dominant, I got to learn to tone down. And just a very tiny change in my behavior makes a huge difference, all right? I certainly find people more receptive to what I'm saying, okay? They don't have to agree, but it makes me more agreeable, okay? And it makes the work smoother as well, and the buy-in faster, and any objection also surface very fast, all right? So a person like me, a D, the problem is I always find out objection after the fact, okay? After a meeting, everybody's scared, so they don't say anything, lor. Then when it comes to execution, then this come out, that come out, you know, okay? So it's better to adapt than to let other people try to adjust to you. And effective leaders would tailor the style to the audience, so you understand who everybody is. So the disc profile is actually quite important. Okay. So I think you know already lah, the D type. Communication is like bullet point. Just all right. What, when, the result. Okay. How. Just like that. The I, lot of story first. Okay. And they want to keep the spirit here, they call white high. Want to get the energy, get people excited, okay? And they talk very enthusiastically. But of course, remember how we say the problem is the substance is not there. Politicians are very good at that, okay? Talk white, high, but actually substance tada, okay? As they will need gentle check-ins, okay? They want to listen again. Hey, you're really saying that, okay? They need to be reassured. right? So when they're communicating, they speak to you a bit, then they're observing, looking, hey, you agree or not? Then the moment you see some disagreement, whoa, then they will back off a little bit, okay? So, so when the S is communicating, we have to recognize that lah, okay? So we'll wait a little bit and give them a chance. Sometimes you have to pause them directly, but not forcefully, okay? And ask questions from them. And then the scientists, the C, they would communicate with lots of data, like I mentioned, and they would have lots of questions before they will decide when they communicate. So be prepared if there's a C person. By the way, the secondary trait among all of you is actually C, the big one. Okay. Later I'll show the profile after the break, after the afternoon break. Okay. So for the C, when they communicate, all right, they got to slow down on the details too much. Okay. So so like I'm a high C. Okay, I got this 20 pages of information and data. All right. Then I got to tell myself which is the data that can fit into half a page that everybody can grasp immediately. The rest is for my own personal consumption. So the hardest thing for C to do is to say what is the really important thing and focus on that. They can't do it. Very difficult. I find it difficult also because I want to tell the whole story, right? But the whole story is too long. So I got to say what is the important story. Alright? Okay, so this is the basic communication style. Again, if you have a blend, an IS, then sometimes you jump here, sometimes sometimes you are there. Alright, so you jump between the two. Alright, but 50 to 70% of the time you are either one of these. So that's your natural style. Okay, now in communication, we have to distinguish between massive scale, there's one to many or one to few. It's different, no? Right? And I don't think many people, when you go for communication classes, they always talk about one-to-one type communication or the heart-to-heart, right? But actually in a corporation, you need to communicate in two dimensions. One is to many, especially as managers, and then one to a few or even one-to-one, all right? Now the purpose of the massive scale is very efficient. Sometimes you have, policies and all that. No point one-to-one. It's not a matter for that. So you have a town hall, okay? And then this is a formal relationship, okay? The boss with the rest of the organization is a formal one. And flexibility very low. You can't just go and say what you like in your mind and just a script. No. So normally you need to properly craft it and script it because you're talking to a lot of people. So if you don't message it well and you make a mistake, a lot of people will get the wrong message and a huge impact. And that's why big companies, they got an entire comms team, they call it. And you all got comms team? No, HR, normally no comms team, HR is a comms team. Okay. So last time, we didn't have a comms team. So, but we have certain management staff, okay. We are trained to handle communication. Why? Because things can happen, no? I mean, the factory is a big place. Like First Solar, we have 3,000 employees, right? In GK, how many? 1,000 over, right? 1,000 over, so it's quite big also. So if something happens, we need to be able to reach out to the people and tell them, right? For example, time of disaster, like Kulim site, last time, they say don't know what 100-year flood or something. How can Kulim be flooded 60 meters above sea level? But anyway, this is a sea thinking. Okay, the I and the S will be different. Oh, it's going to happen. You better do something. Prepare, buy sampans, everything, and keep inside. Okay, but anyway, the message, and then true enough, we had a contamination on the plant. Okay, but we were ready because a team of us who were trainers, especially trained, know how to handle media lah, how to talk to big community. We had no mass comm team, so that was our mass comm team, you know, to handle this sort of thing. So very low flexibility. The message is fixed. Once you go out, you cannot take back already. Once you send a press statement, that's it. Okay, you make a mistake there, you're finished. All right. Then the firefighting will be teruk. Okay. Then time investment is low because you just send them 1 hour, you tell everybody. Okay. I used to do town hall quite a lot when I was in the university because lecturers very stubborn one. So I got to tell the message many times. So every quarter we have a town hall, you know, to explain our strategy, our direction, our progress, and that kind of stuff. Then of course the channel is email, town hall. Example like your strategy rollout, policy changes, or even celebrations, you know, can be a good occasion. Like maybe once a year when the final quarter close and good result come out, it's a celebration. So we want everybody to be in the picture, right? And the outcome is that we want people to be aware, okay, and also want people to be aligned. All right, the whole company-wide has to be aligned to it, right? Okay, then the other one, the limited scale is 1 to few. All right, the purpose really is for engagement and for adaptation. Okay, that means that we adjusting to people, adaptation, flexing. All right, and it's relational, so there's interpersonal relationship involved. Okay, and the flexibility is very high. You can adjust because your message can change. You can change your mind on that kind of stuff, and the time investment is very high because when you speak, a lot of processes go, you know, from the what's in your mind to what it comes out from your mouth to how it's picked up in the ear and then processed on the other side. So there's a long process. So sometimes things are not clear. So after discussing, after 1 or 2 days, hey, what he meant by that? Then we go back and then we continue. All right. Then the channels are normally like round tables, coaching, skip level meetings. Y'all know what skip level meetings? Do y'all practice that? You know, right? Those American companies will probably know. So last time, I get to speak to my boss's boss twice a year. Okay, I can say anything I want. I can even talk about my boss. Anything, no holds barred. All right. And of course, my subordinate can talk to my boss, so they have this skip level thing. So it's really 1 to few, and normally it's confidential, it's within closed doors, and it just kind of like want to surface anything to dealing with individuals, okay, that come up, and then whoever has the information has the obligation to go and attend to it. All right. Normally they don't lah, they just listen. And then example like sensitive topics, okay. So now I mentioned early this morning, one of my subordinate had an affair with the manager. So that one is a sensitive thing, okay. So we had to do this sort of communication with a few parties for problem solving, right? In a small team, and for coaching, especially for new engineers and all that. So we had to spend time and talk to them and show them, okay. And the outcome is really buy-in and co-creation. So they all agree, yeah, we are aligned, and yes, it's good, we are all okay. And co-creation means we are doing things together. Okay, so this is it. Now, so the D and C traits, they favor mass. Okay. Like me, I'm very comfortable in a big group of people. I don't know why. Some people stand in front of you and they start shivering, you know. Seriously. One time we put one guy out there, he took the mic, then suddenly no words come out at all. So take the mic back from him. Okay? But the IS, they don't like it. Okay? They prefer a few. Alright? Now you may think that the I, they are parrot, they like to make a lot of noise. But really, they are okay in a smaller group setting. Why? Why do you think the I is better in a small group setting than a big group? Anybody can guess? Any idea? one thing that I's will always know, that they lack specifics. That's why they dare not face a big group, right? In a small group, okay, you joke around, no need to be, specific, that's fine. And then normally people that you are fairly familiar with and a little bit forgiving. But in a big group, you don't know who is out there. So when the I faces a big group, suddenly say, yeah, what to talk about? Nothing to really to say. I can crack jokes and all that, but then this is a formal meeting, okay? So you put an I in front of the big bosses, normally not so good, okay? So you don't put I. And worse, because you don't have specific, then your organization put somebody there, kena buta-buta. Why is this guy going to send somebody like that? Okay? Relationship, the D and the C, they are very task focused, okay? But the I and S are very people focused, okay? And flexibility, the S and I, must be flexible, but the D and C, they must have structure, okay? So when you're doing a mass presentation, you got to cater for both groups. So your message must include things that are structured and include things that are flexible, alright? Likewise, when you're dealing even in a limited scale, same thing as well. Later I'll show you an example, and it makes a huge difference, okay? Time investment, D, don't want to spend a lot of time, alright? Don't give me long story, just give me the essential bottom line, the facts, and then let's go, okay? The S, they will invest the time. They're willing to listen to you through, down to my cat died yesterday, that kind of a thing. So they're willing to do that, okay? But D, no time. What are you talking to me about cat? Alright? I remember one time I won a subordinate. Wow, he got so many heart problems. Everything come and want to share the heart problem with me. And then want to win the hearts of people. Wow, talking to a D like that, I feel mati true enough. Then one day I couldn't tahan already. Okay, I'm giving you this time only because I'm giving you face. Actually, I don't want to listen to you when I'm doing that. So that of course didn't go down well, but I'm speaking the truth, right? But it didn't go down well, okay? Maybe I shouldn't have done that, Okay, the best channel is you have to match the channel to your audience. You have a lot of D, right? Then you choose the correct channel, okay? And then, for example, for all of this, the D and C, you must broadcast facts, okay? But the I and S, you must bring in some feelings inside there, okay? And it's important because you got to carry everybody aboard, not just a certain group of people, right? Okay. And the outcome, I think, is still the same, okay? For all. I think we are all looking for the same thing, but the D and C, sorry, I missed out something. The D and C will be more interested in what is actionable and then what you're going to achieve with the action. The I and S would be like, how is it going to benefit us as a group doing this? It's about the people, okay? So your messaging need to balance these two groups of people, okay? Now, this is a messaging example. You can quickly look and can be considered a good example. It's a team. This is a messaging. We have a bold goal to be the first in our region to launch this product, beating our competitors to a market. This is a huge opportunity for us to shine and get recognized for our innovation. We have planned this carefully to ensure smooth transition with full training and support for everyone. I'm sharing the detailed project timeline, quality benchmark, and continuity plan so you can see how we'll all achieve flawless execution. Now you look at all these statements. This is more for mass communication in a large group. Okay, which line would appeal to the D? Which line will appeal to the D? Too much carbo already, You see the first line, the D will maybe say, yep, that's what we need to do, beating our competitors to the market. First in the region to launch. See, very action, okay? So D will see that, yeah. Then the second one, this is a huge opportunity for us to shine and get recognized for our innovation. So who would be interested in this? Recognition. Yeah, it's I. The I would like that. Oh, you get recognized, man. Yay, okay? Then we have planned this carefully to ensure a smooth transition, full training and support for everyone. This would catch whose attention? The S, isn't it? What's the key thing? Support for everyone. Wow, good lah. The management didn't forget to provide support, right? Then the last one, you know lah. Alright, detail, project, yes, C, quality, benchmarks and blah blah blah. Okay, so you can see this is a very well crafted message. Now you see many times I've seen senior management stand out that they are not prepared. You know, they simply go and blah, you know, like diarrhea, like that, all over the place. And you get an I person, he spend the whole session joking about stuff, this and that, make everybody laugh happy, but in the end, the D, look at that, very frustrated. Or you get a C person, oh, very detailed, you know, so much information, then the I and F, right, very tired, okay? So, you have to craft your message, and you can see this is brief and so forth, alright? And this can be written, it can be verbal, spoken, right? Okay, let's look at another example. Okay, I'll let you do just very quickly, just read it very quickly. I think by now you figured it out already lah, huh? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So it's still the same, all right, in the sequence. Okay. I'll quickly move on. We'll go for a break in a short while. Okay. Let's look at this one. This is not a good example. All right. Hey everyone, let's all just try to have a more positive attitude and work together. If we all get along and are happy, good things will happen. What's the problem with this message? In the way you say it, right? Okay, because of time, I will just shoot on. It's too vague and touchy-feely. It appeals to the I. The I likes it, you know. Hey, more positive attitude, work together. But D, S and C, where's the goal? What are we actually trying to achieve? This is fluff. Or the C will say, hey, this one no specific, no data, no clear plan. How do we measure? What do you mean by positive attitude? And S, too vague. What does work together actually mean? I need to know my specific role. Okay? So this is an example where I'm sure whoever crafted that means well, but unfortunately it didn't appeal, alright, to certain DISC folks. Okay, here's another one. We need to cut costs by 15% this quarter. I don't care how you do it, just make it happen. No excuses, alright. Have you heard bosses like that? I enter the industry at a time like this, you know. I tell you, our environment, you guys are very blessed. Our time, the bosses we are like abused every day, but nobody say anything, you know. So they, you know, they ask you to jump, you don't say what, you just say how high, right? Okay, 4-letter word all will come out in meetings, everything, things are thrown, all that. So that was how our time. So today, your time, like heaven lah, I tell you, okay. So this one may sound familiar sometimes, but of course it appeals to the D, okay, no nonsense, straight to the point. But ISC of course got problem lah, okay. So it fails, alright. It doesn't meet the needs of those I, S and C, alright. And this one, please refer to the 45-page document I circulated, which outlines updated standard operating procedures in section 7A to 7F, compliance with all subclauses mandatory by end of day Friday. Okay, who is going to write this message? Alright, it's a C lah. You see all the detail 45 page leh. all the procedure, everything all nicely done, okay? Too many details. So C okay lah, the C people, but the DIS mati lah, the DIS, this is bureaucracy lah. Just tell me the bottom line and the goal. I don't have time for all this bullshit lah, you know. Or I will say, oh, my eyes glaze over, the eye blur already. This is so boring, doesn't connect to the bigger picture. S is, wow, this is so overwhelming and cold. Is there someone who can help me understand all of this? So S will be looking for support, alright? Or trying to support somebody. Okay. Alright, so let's take a break now. And then after the break, we will do a quick exercise. Let's say you have this scenario. How are you going to communicate this? Okay? Alright, let's take a quick break. Okay, I think we are making good time. So we should be able to finish by 4:30. I'm trying to make the I people and the S people happy. the C people will say, why no details on not enough, eh? Yeah, sure.
So you asked me about my cost saving.
Yeah.
So I have calculated.
Okay.
So it's specific in cost reduction, IT operational cost, license, negotiate price with vendor, and home internal support.
Yeah. Okay.
Then measurable target about 5 to 10% for the
right.
achievable.
Yes.
Cost reduction.
Yes.
To the audit.
Okay. I don't know this. I don't know this is something new for you all, but last time for the best of my career, when we do communication, and I do a lot of mass communication, you know, town hall, all that, I never plan properly, you know. I just craft out a message, but I never think about the people I'm speaking to, you know. Only much later then I realized, hey, the message can be more effective if you factor everybody's interest in lah. Okay, alright. So now you try to factor all the DISC people inside. Yeah. I think too slow to work in a group, so you work individually. Then I will pick on you lah, just to read out the communication. Okay. Okay, just 10 minutes, please. Okay. Do you want a copy?
I want to have a look.
Okay. Huh?
Very cheap.
No lah, you do like that, you got more standard mah. You do like that more standard, you photocopy where got standard. E1 for the I or SC. Okay? Finishing up now. Okay, I'm going to do something different. So we have one table, one person will share. I will get somebody from another table to comment. Okay, all right, and I will just pick lah. So no need to think so hard, so faster that way. Sorry, my D personality coming through. I cannot wait for you all to decide. I'll decide for you. Okay, one more minute, then we will start. Now we'll start with table 3A. Alright, and I get to pick, right? Okay, so I'll pick somebody from engineering. Since whole day no representation for engineering, so for engineering. Okay, and then I'll get table 1 to comment on the communication. Alright, yeah, okay, alright, please. Yep. Might finish. Just say whatever you have. Stand up so they can see you and hear you, okay? Okay. Oh, that's all? Until DNA. Okay, okay. Alright, so maybe Jyoti, please comment on that. Asia. You listen or not? Okay, she just gave the basic information. That's all. So what? So when you hear the communication, what is your comment? Would the I and the S be happy or not when they hear just that? Of course not, because yeah. Okay, let me give you a tip. When you're communicating, right? Now I don't know why, but if you're communicating not so good news, you always have the messaging for the I and the S first at the beginning. Alright? Then only the two messages you hear just now, they just go DISC, just random sequence. But I think it's more effective that if it's bad news, to address the I and the S first. Okay? So you write the statement for them. Yeah, we are sorry, we're going to close the plant down for so many months and your salary will be affected and so forth. Then say something for the S. However, we would help you if you need to go and find temporary employment, blah blah blah. We are working with whatever lah, okay, to give you some support and your help. If any one of you need counseling, please refer to HR. We will arrange counselors. Okay? So you address all these S issue first, okay? Then okay, now for the details. Then the D and the C will be waiting. You know what are the details? Understand? Okay. But if it's good news, then you address the I first for me, because the I, they like the good news, you know. So you give it to them. All right. So for me, I think this is the right thing, but this is only my own experience and my own thinking. Okay, like I said, there's no right and wrong. Okay, since Jody, since you didn't comment, I let you do your turn now, and then I will ask him to. Okay, maybe Vincent, you can comment on Jyoti's communication. All right, please communicate. No. You listen to a message, whether it addresses everybody or not. Not yet. Okay. Wow. Volunteer in place of Jyoti. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
For all the managers, sorry to inform that they had the what is this?
Yeah. This is going to HRD, you know, you better say properly, eh?
All the managers
Oh,
sorry to
start shaking
inform
already.
that they have to reduce the salary for about 5% for the 4 months.
Okay.
Okay, so during the difficult situations, any feedback, any things you need to ask, you can refer back to the HR or management team.
Okay. All right. Okay, Vincent, what do you think?
What do you think? I think it's too straightforward.
Sorry.
It will create a shock to everyone.
Yeah.
So it's not supposed to too straightforward at the beginning. Maybe
Okay.
she need to explain the situation of the plant, what is going on,
Yeah.
and also the business is actually what happened. Then only come to this decision on salary cut, on shutdown. Then only the employee will accept it reasonable lah.
Yeah.
Or else it's very difficult for the employee to accept. Suddenly shut down, don't know what to do.
Right. Right. Okay. All right. So thanks a lot for your comments. Okay. I don't know how many of you actually have to face, but even in your own group also you need to communicate, right? But this is for the mass lah. This is different. Okay. Who? I'm going to pick somebody, right? I picked the people from my same age lah. Okay. And then team 3. Sia, you comment lah. Okay. Yeah, go on.
As per the top management directors,
Yeah.
so we have
Very good start. He put the blame on the outside. not my fault. Hey, the top management tell you. Okay, good.
we have a critical station.
Yeah.
Whereas
Yeah.
facing
Yeah.
so this will happen. We will need to take some action to continue some of the business.
Yeah.
So there's some action like cut
Okay.
the salary,
Okay.
employee to leave.
Right.
But in other terms, maybe our HR department will do some other analysis. For example, some of the grants to other.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. So, comment? Yeah. No comments. Wow, so good. No need to comment. Okay. Okay. One thing, when you can be very careful, try not to attribute any problem to another party. Okay. I am the manager. I am responsible. So I will take all the blame, but I also take all the credit if there is. Okay. So just remember that. Of course, you start out by saying directly, then the top may not be happy also. So we need to protect our bosses sometimes. Okay. So just remember that. What the other thing I want to say? Oh yes, you can always bring one good thing or two good things to start the communication. Okay, so that the whole thing is not all bad news. For example, you can say, assuming it's true lah. So in the last quarter or last year, we have been doing fairly well, and we have hit all our production targets and things like that. But unfortunately, we have a unforecast, unscheduled, unpredicted event that has happened. It is unfortunate, but it has happened, and these are the facts. Okay. So then you can go on to add other parts, like give the details, It's unfortunate that you will face a salary cut, but be assured that once things pick up again, we will catch up for lost ground and we will do something for everybody. So that part of the messaging will come through better that way. Okay, so I know you're not trained to this. I'm media trained. That means I'm going to speak to the media. Okay, so you don't have to tell the things. You got to give the essential facts. So that means you decide what are the essential facts. Okay, but since this is a production people, everybody knows, so no need to hide. All right, and then you got to be your communication must show your heart. No, all right, not just stand there like a robot, blah, 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 like that. No, you got to portray the thing, that the feeling that you care for them, and you really do. Okay, now one thing about messaging, psychologists tell us that most of us can tell a fake from something real. So it's very difficult to fake your concern, you know. So if you never generate a concern for the company or your people that you lead, when it's time to communicate, it's very difficult, right? So the success of communication is not the message you write now. It's the years and months and years of building the connection with your people. So when you speak, they can see that you're authentic. And today, it's all about authenticity, especially for the Gen Y. Okay, you pretend, you say good job, or yeah, you know, buddy, but they know not. Very fast, they will know. Okay, so if you don't have that, okay, this is a part not meant for this course lah. Okay, this is a part of leadership I told you about. We talk about things to do, but there are things about leaders that are about them. Okay, I'm not getting enough oxygen, so don't mind I take out the mask. Okay, much better. Okay, no wonder I feel so breathless. I forgot. Okay, alright, so who is the last group? Since you know comment, now your turn. Yeah. Oh wait. So you all critique them. Okay. So you're Chia, right? Chia and Xia sound the same. Okay. So you critique him. Okay. Okay.
This form that the go to as a and 60% loss of the revenue. However, we will only take about 6 weeks only bring the tools up, and during this period, company will shut down, and you may plan for your own vacation during this period by taking leave. And then, of course, other tools will also be shut down, and there will be no salary increment during this period. And then, but for manager-wise, there will be have a 5% salary reduction temporarily for 4 months.
Okay. All right. So, your comment. Bad news? Need more good news. Yeah. Yeah, I feel the same. Yeah, somebody finish first. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, that is precisely right. They slanted too much on the negative part of the news. Now the situation is negative, right? For example, you can say, yeah, because of this, you know, we have to have enforced leave for most of the employees. Okay. But maybe you can take this time to spend time with your family or take a much needed vacation and have a break, you know. So that way you can add a little bit of good news to how you position it lah. Okay. So and then you can also say another thing, right? We have looked at the situation very clearly and did all our maths. And we think that we can reduce the salary reduction for managers of 5% for only 4 months. Okay, that means you are giving a message. It could be worse, but we managed to hold it at 4 months. Okay, yeah, and you can also say, in spite of these losses, we are only holding people's salary for this much and not longer, something like that lah. So there is a thing that the company is trying hard to do. Okay, but of course, the trying hard is real, and people need to see that. You really need to see that. Okay, then your message will become impactful. But you just say it, we're going to do a salary cut, we're working very hard to recover, blah blah blah. Then the managers go and get the increment, like all the CEOs they sack 3,000 people, they themselves get a salary bump of a few million. Now, what sort of a message? You saw that, right, in the papers? Okay, so that's why now corporate America, there's a lot of skepticism about them. So it's about money. It's not about the welfare and good of the people, right? So like I said, communication is not what you say there, it's what you have done for such a long period of time. So when you finally say it, people can accept it. Right? Yeah. Okay. 4:30 is my target, so I will skip. Okay. Now I come to the last topic, and I think it's very important: the power of one-on-one. You all know what is one-on-one, right? I just want to make sure. Okay. Okay. 1-on-2s can also lah. Sometimes also at the same time lah. Hey, you got one-on-one, I want to okay together. Okay, one-on-ones they are not soft, and it's not taken seriously, but it's very powerful. All right, and they are best tool to prevent downtime and turnover. Okay, and sometimes things doesn't come out in normal conversation, but it turn out in one-on-one. And few instances it happened to me. They say, they're thinking of moving and going to another company and so forth. So in the one-on-one, it's picked up. So you manage to talk to them and change their mind. But you didn't have that, then they happily bye-bye. Also, you don't know what happened. Okay. So one-on-ones is actually the best tool to prevent downtime and turnover. Now, this is something we downplay, and I know I know a few instances where, because of the lack of connection with the staff, lots of good things happen. There's one production staff. Are you involved in cleaning? So in semicon, the cleaning is a very critical process, and we are looking at contamination 1 parts per billion on a wafer. Imagine 1 billion particle. One particle not supposed to be there is there, we reject, So this guy, he walked past the cleaning tank, acid then he threw a pin inside. Then the whole tank contaminated. Of course, the pin only very tiny, nobody can see, but the whole tank got contaminated. Then suddenly, the QA nearly died a heart attack. Every single wafer reject, And then I think that day we probably lost just that one shift, maybe a few proton cards, just that one shift. Okay, because the wafer was high quality product. So they cannot find. Then finally trace back to that tank, And then the security camera inside production line picked up. I don't know how they did that, but they just walk past like that and they go inside. You cannot see anything, but they managed to trace back because they know when the contamination started and all that. So they check, then they found out. Then finally, goreng, and he admitted. He put the pin inside there. But the question is, how come? Why he did it? Alright. Then of course, further goreng found out that he and the supervisor or line leader didn't really got along. So it's his way of getting back, right? And production line, a few story like that. Another time we don't understand, same line, okay, but of course different group of people How come one always got 2 or 3% better output? How come consistent throughout the month? Then we found out it's actually the relationship. Because the workers don't really like the line leader, so they just slow down, push the cut also slower and things like that. Okay, load the thing in the machine also slower. Like no more semangat to work. Okay, so these are things that we ignore, and you can be picked up to one-on-one. Then I talk about skip level session as well. If somebody from the operator can talk to, say, the engineer and found out what is the situation, all this problem could have gone away. Now remember what we said just now, that communication. 86 of people think that the workplace is broken because of communication, right? 4.5x retention rate, and then the other one, saving in cost, okay, through all these sort of things. These are sad stories okay, but there are very many good stories as well about communication. Okay, one-on-one is the limited scale communication, okay. So one-on-one sessions that you have with your people, subordinate, or even peers, okay, you can also have peers, where we just sit down and talk about things, okay, and this build trust. All right, when operators share their safety concerns and ideas only when they trust their leader. I trust you, I'll share with you, because saying things is dangerous, people are, that is their rice bowl, and they dare not say things that would upset their promotion, their jobs and all that, okay. So the one-on-one is supposed to be a safe environment, and they need to trust you, okay. So you build trust and you really solve problems faster, because many times in a meeting, what happened in a big group meeting, so many people so many people, you tend to be more reserved. You agree with me, right? But if I'm sitting down with you, just one person, then my thoughts are freer, I'm less stressed, not so much fear, then I can say more things, okay. Now this is a research done by MIT Sloan. MIT Sloan is a very famous business school, right? And they say teams with regular one-on-one resolve their issues 40% faster, so they did the research on that, alright. And then of course the last one, morale and retention, it's common sense because employees, when they feel heard, they stay longer, the people are listening to them, okay. Hey, my ideas are taken into place, right? And another source, I forgot what does HRM stands for already. Do you all know? I think something human resource management, but I forgot what it's S. The turnover dropped by 25% when leaders invest 10 minutes per week, only, okay? So it is really powerful, alright? Now, this is not just research, I'm just sharing with you from my own personal experience, okay? You can choose not to do it, of course, alright? And it's sometimes you will feel leceh to do it, but after a while, especially me with a D and C character, really leceh for me, But I picked this up from an American company because this is a culture and a policy. We all have to do it. Not only that, we have to write notes, okay? And my boss have to write to the notes, but mostly they don't look They just want you to, but you got to write just in case they ask you don't have, then malu So you write it down okay? Notes only, not detail capture of conversation, no recording, alright? Just, in fact, when I'm talking, I don't even write in front of them because it's rude. If you thought you write, then what is he doing? So after they finish, I just jot down some few notes. I've done one-on-one with who, and there's a little template we just fill in, okay? Okay, we'll do a poll now, very fast, okay? I just want to ask this question later after you've done the poll. Is your one-on-one process adequate? If not, what are the key areas of improvement? We'll discuss about. We'll do your poll first. This is very fast, okay? 2 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, I hope this one work. Does it work? Got it? Work or not work? Okay? Boleh buka? Oh, belum lagi. Can Okay. So it works good. Don't worry, none of your information is captured. It's totally anonymous. Hi. Okay, we got 6 more responses. Oh no, 8 more. The 20 of you. Okay, I guess this is more, should be now ready lah. We can get approximate statistics, but just finish it if you're not. Okay, there's 4 more people. Okay, so frequency of scheduled one-on-one. So that means that it's part of the process is scheduled. So at least once a month and 26%. Okay, alright, at least once a quarter. So 1/4 of you have a scheduled one-on-one, okay? Alright. Now there's no good or bad. We are just looking at information, right? Okay. Then this one I record. Sometimes half of y'all and never about 40%. Okay. Alright. Then I follow up on the feedback we receive from the one-on-one. So sometimes we talk to ourselves, it's not only we telling, they also tell us things, you know, so they have the right to, I mean, the way we practice it lah. Something they say, hey boss you don't be so dominant can or not? They'll give us some time. Okay, fine. Alright, good. Okay, I get that. Alright. Okay. So follow up with feedback sometimes, alright. Never got good reason. Always. Alright. I feel comfortable doing one-on-one with my staff. Wow, very good so you all got good, 42% with all my staff, with most of my staff. Okay, so I found one-on-one with my staff coordinate very helpful all the time. Well, 10% only, so that means you don't find one-on-one useful. Then what's the one? Helpful some of the time. Okay, fair enough. I'm comfortable to give constructive feedback to some of my staff. 40% I say all the stuff. I prepare for my one-on-one sometimes. Okay, alright. Now I'm not going to say anything. This is just some information that you all have to reflect on. Okay, alright. Let's go back to the slide. Alright, let me hear from you all a little bit. Okay, is the one-on-one process, do you think is adequate? That means, is there a departmental-wide process or company-wide process or an ad hoc process? What do you think? Your big boss is not here, right? I promise I will keep quiet one. Video. Okay. Yeah. Don't worry, they also never see one they just want to see, oh okay got video, okay boleh lah, pass lah, accredited. Okay. Okay, maybe let's talk about key areas of improvement. What do you think? Yeah. Right.
And also maybe consider
Yeah. So you're saying to have a standardized process company-wide. That's what you're saying. Okay. Do you all agree, the rest of you? Maybe it's the first time you're discussing this, so maybe difficult, but it's okay. This is a training session, so you can just share your own thoughts on it. Yeah. Nobody? Okay, thoughts? Okay, if I ask you just one area for improvement in one-on-one, what would you say? Just one area. Yeah. Okay, so this is the mechanics. Okay. But in terms of system wise, what do you think? What are the key areas of improvement? Because that statement will presuppose that it's already happening and that it's clear that it's no two-way communication. But in terms of practice, okay, yeah. Scheduling, okay, yeah, all right. If I were to ask you whether, if you're not doing a one-on-one now, you would do it as a matter of practice, what would you say? You're already doing it, right? You mentioned to me. Was it you? Somebody mentioned, yeah. Ad hoc lah. Not a formal. Yeah. 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 Right. Oh, by the way, when you got something to discuss because of some production issue, there's not one-on-one. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, alright, I know what you mean. That means that it's not really planned per se lah. It's kind of like if and when it's needed lah. Alright. Okay. One of the advantage I find in one-on-one is that because it's scheduled, let's say every month or every quarter, there's no awkwardness, right? It's awkward when suddenly the boss call the person, come, I want to talk to you. Then immediately in their mind, hey, what did I do wrong? But in a one-on-one, you don't have the stress, because hey, it's scheduled thing. Then over that one quarter, we notice certain behavior or, like in my case, if we have one-on-one, I think my issue will be caught up a lot earlier. My boss will tell me, I got one time, there's one guy, we were training in Japan some more. Wow, he is super eye, he really super eye, he want all the attention, everything, go around and disturbing other people. And then a few of his peers complained to me So that one was a forced one-on-one. At that time, I didn't practice one-on-one at all, but I was very awkward. So I ended up sitting with him for 4 hours, to and fro. Partly scolding, partly advising, partly counseling, alright? Because he's very animated So he'll talk all over the place, everything, so very hard to bring him to the line. So if there's a one-on-one process, we don't have to cold turkey we call it, right? Is what? Yeah. 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 Of course, you're a third party, yeah, and then you're all S there, all the S people there. Skip level required. Yeah, that's why if you have it as a structure, as a process, then there's no awkwardness, right? And then if it's awkward, okay, because it's a regular thing, then you have to learn to deal with it, right? But it gets more awkward when something not right, only you go and see the person, then it's super awkward. But yeah, I'm really seeing this guy 4 times a year or 6 times a year or whatever, so I know his time is coming for the schedule, Okay, you come there, you talk, and then they won't think anything go inside wow, hi or what, They know it's going to be there already, so we talk about everything under the hill. Yeah. 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 So that, yeah, right. So that one would be a problem of the manager, the leadership, the communication part. Then when you do that, what will happen? You will lose trust, right? So when you lose trust, then you'll find that it's harder to work lah. Okay, yeah. And then in the end, if the guy very frustrated, he'll leave the company anyway. So, right? Okay. Okay, a lot of scenarios, so I won't go through it lah. So, for example, the defensive line lead is a D type, right? Then he's saying, hey, the new process is slowing us down. Okay. Then in option A, we can say, let's try it for 1 week and review the data. Option B, when he tells me the process is slowing down, I can tell him, I hear your concern, but quality comes first. So process slow, but no choice. I want good quality. Option C, which step feels the slowest? Let's streamline them together. Which of these is the best option to talk to a D person? Yeah. Why? Faster. You say like that is too slow, right? Let's try for 1 week. I have to wait on. You say like that is too passive, okay? But you say like this, it engage them, the problem solving, okay? So you say the step is slow. I'm querying you. Where exactly is slow? Okay, let's work together. Okay, let's streamline them and see if we can make it faster. So that way, you see, what you say and how you say is important, right? And if I'm an S person talking to D like that, process is slowing us down. The worst thing is S person don't want to engage, scared. Yes, okay lah, never mind lah, never away. Right? Okay? Or I person, oh really? Wow, this process I've been here 20 over years. I'm so used to run it, you know, and then you're happy with it that kind of thing. Wow, this D person get even more around okay? Then the C person will say, yeah, but you have no data to show me. How slow? You say slow. Okay, how fast can you make it? Show me the data first. Okay, so how we relate to this person is important. Okay, I give you one more quick example lah. Okay, now here you got the S type, very S lah. Okay, so I keep making mistakes. Maybe I cannot do this. I'm not cut out for this. Okay, I want to give up already. You can say mistakes are normal, just keep trying lah. Yeah. Or option B, here exactly what to fix for next time. Okay, I'm telling you what to do. Or option C, let me pair with you with a mentor for the next shift. Okay, and let's see how he can show you and help you. Which one is the best response? Yeah, C. Okay, so A is too vague, B is too directive, the D type will tell us that lah, and the C is it provides some security. Okay, remember S type need people to hang on to, right? Don't always say S is negative. While they need people to hang on to, but they'll also be the first one to hang on to people are problems. So you need the S type as well. Okay, so you need a balance of people. You put a D type to try and handhold somebody, sure mati one the other person. But it's so stupid, tell you so bad, cannot do. They're like, okay, never mind, okay? Where you don't know, like that. Okay, I can't help you, but never mind, I know somebody, like that. So the S type will do things like that, okay? So you need the S type, you know, alright? Okay, last one, I do the last one. Let's say you're a C type, data obsessed engineer. Your solution ignores the tolerance specs, okay? So QA won't accept your spec all out. Then option A, we have no issue so far. Or let me check the manual with you. Or show me where it conflicts, we'll adjust it together. Alright? So A, what do you think? No issue is the one that's going to get to the C type very, very quickly. You jump. Okay? Because you got data to show you got issue, you say no issue. Alright? Then let me check the manual with you. What's the problem with this statement? Yeah, it's too slow. You already checked. You think I'm stupid? You got to look at manual. I already look at the manual 20 times already. I still want to go and check for what? Okay? Too slow. And show me where the conflicts and work. So, we respect his expertise. Okay? Yeah, yes, I'm interested. Let me know where is the conflict. I really want to know. Okay? And then once you see it, let's work on it together. So you are respecting and then you're offering to do it. Okay? Alright. So you get the picture, right? For each of these scenarios. So go through it and figure some of these things out lah. Okay. Okay. So I want to very quickly. Hey, what happened? Okay. So you can see. All right. On communication, I'll just quickly talk about communication style across generations. I think you all talk enough about Gen X, Gen Y, Gen Z, and now we've got Alpha coming up. All right, and I'm a baby boomer, so we are all different values lah. A lot of details here, so I don't have to go through it. You can see that there's a Gen Z D, okay, and there are Millennium who are Ds and Gen X and so forth. So what this chart shows you, and you just think about it, okay. And because we don't have time to go through the detail, a lot of interesting story I've encountered along the way for some of these. Okay, so every generation, you got to take note of the communication style. And I won't talk long on this. I'll just talk about Gen Z because these are the people who are coming mainly into the workforce. Okay, they're in the 20 plus, and these are the ones who will take over your place. All right. So you got to recognize their psyche and the generation where they come from. I don't have time today, but one thing I can tell you this: the Gen Z hate details. Don't give them lots of details. For me, Cantonese, I'm very chong here, very long-winded. Okay, I try not to be when I relate to them. Okay, and make sure you get what you want to say right the first time. All right, like our generation, we meet each other. Hey, how are you? Yesterday, how? Your badminton game okay? For them, cut the crap. Don't talk about that. Okay, you just go straight to the point. All right, and then just say what you want to say, and don't repeat yourself. Okay, that's all about Gen Z. I think there's a biggest thing you can do in communicating with them lah. All right, so different this profile for Gen Z would have different ways of combat. Technology is a big part of it. That's why whenever I call a Gen Z, they're very uncomfortable. So they want text messages. Okay, so that means that you need a strategy around how to communicate with your WhatsApp. All right, whatever you all use lah. Okay, in your company. Okay, all right. So I will start with that. Okay, because of time, I did say 4:30. I only got 10 minutes left. That'll be very quick. Okay. Now, 8 minutes. Wow, this one D-type pressuring me, man. Okay. There are three main types of relations. Of course, there can be more, but the three main types is family, friends, and colleagues. Okay. Sorry, no discussion because I made a promise. And they are not the same. The relationships are not the same. Okay. So you need to think. How are family, friends, and colleagues not the same? What makes your work relations different from family and friends? So already this question will tell you that your relationship at work and relationship with family and friends is not the same. And many times we confuse and we mix it up. Okay? And colleague is not your friend. Alright? A friend is a friend outside the work. I mean, it can be inside the workplace, but outside the work. Okay? And what is your behavior like in each of these relationships? Okay, so there are these differences. Now, for the family, it's a relationship or obligation. You're obliged. You didn't choose to born in a family. You're born in a family, like it or not. Okay, it's obligation. It's unconditional, but it lacks boundaries. Don't talk about system to my grandchild or whatever. They do what they want to do. Okay, they want to mess up, they will mess up. All right. And so it's S. That means that you can always have to be steady, supportive with family. Okay? No matter what they do, they are still family and you need to stick with them. Because sometimes our heart, feel for a mother whose son is charged in court, going to prison. You see, the family is there to support, right? Of course, their family also run away lah. But basically, it's like that. Friends is a relationship of choice, right? Voluntary, all right, emotion, because I like you, friend lah, don't like you, unfriend lah. Okay, so it's like that. It's choice, you can choose. All right, and so with friends, it's a mix of I and S. Why you're my friend? Oh, I like you, because you're interesting. You got this eye, and you are connected, and I like the way you talk and things like that. So there's not I involved, right? But colleague is a relationship of circumstances, okay? And the D and the C part is a very strong part of relationship. I, to some extent, okay? It's goal driven, right? And we require adaptability, because you're all in the company with a purpose, okay? In a way, all of you have your own specific mission. So it's not like a family, you can ignore things, all right, and close one eye. In work, it's a lot more difficult to do. You have an obligation, and you have responsibilities at work. Okay, so I hope you understand that these are different, the relationship. Okay, so I always like to talk about relation and work in this context, that you must differentiate. You have to differentiate. Okay. Okay, the key elements of good relationship is 4 things: trust, respect, communication, and boundaries. All right. Each one of these, I actually had stories to tell, but not today. So this 4 part builds up the relationship. Okay. And these are expressions of relational dynamics. So, for example, trust. In a family, the statement is, "I know you will always support me." Okay, children take advantage of that with parents. Friends, I can tell you secrets. Colleagues, I rely on you to finish your task, because I need you to do your job. Because you don't do your job, it affects my job. So trust is based on that you are competent in what you do, and you deliver on what you do, then people will trust you. Okay, not like a trust in a family, but the colleague is supporting your role. Okay, respect. In family, we value each other's opinions. Okay, so we listen. We have to value. Like me and my wife, I don't like it, but yes, that's your opinion. I value it. All right, I respect it. I don't like it, but I respect it. Yeah, especially wife, we better respect it. Okay, friends, we don't mock what's important to each other. Right? There's an expression of a relationship. Right? What you say, I don't make fun of you. Okay? If you keep doing that, no longer friend lah. Colleague, we honor deadlines and expertise. So respect is given when you can meet your responsibility. You agree with me? At work, alright? It's very different from home, Okay? At work, it's about your deadlines and your expertise. You say you're good at this, then do it. Alright? Communication, family, we talk through problems. Can talk, problem, talk. Friends, we listen without judging. But at work, we give clear updates, and as managers, maybe clear directions. Okay, so in communication, remember, clarity is there, is part of your 3C as leaders, right? And boundaries, family, we don't drop by unannounced. Our family also got boundaries. Okay, I got to tell my brother I'm going to see him. He don't simply turn up. Okay, friends, we don't pressure for favors, right? But in work, we keep personal, professional balance. This is our boundary. Okay, and then we respect it. But of course, Malaysia a bit difficult. In the West, it's easy, right? After work, this is my time. Very strict, Okay. Tomorrow is my son's concert performance, so I will not be able to come. Like that. So personal and professional balance is there. As bosses, we also got to keep that in mind, that the personal and the professional boundaries in terms of time should be respected. Okay, and don't approve a leave and then go and cancel it. That's another thing. Do your hardest not to, but of course, no choice. All right. So the difference in dynamics. Okay, we won't do this one, but it is important to develop this relationship, the colleague relationship, because we need all to meet our goals and our objectives. At the end of the day, we are in the organization for a purpose, and you cannot fulfill your purpose by yourself. You need to work with everybody, right? So different D's and C's. Okay, so relationship will boost team performance. All right. So each one of these trust, respect, and boundaries would lead to outcome in team performance. Each one of it would lead to enhancement in problem solving, and each one of these will increase engagement and retention. So the interpersonal relationships is very important, right? Sometimes I can just step into an office and you can feel the dynamics, you know, and you can feel what that workplace is going to be like, and you can also roughly predict the outcome of this organization. Okay, I don't know, as you gain experience, you begin to have like antenna and sixth sense and things like that lah. One time my Japanese boss said, this one I think this vendor have a problem. I said, how? You just walk in the office only? Then he said, you look at the chair, all over the place, you know. So he said, this is going to be a very messy vendor. And true enough, he's right. So he had developed this sixth sense. Okay, they can't even keep their office in shape. You want to supply goods, so you can imagine what the production line is like, right? And who sits in the office? All the bosses. And the bosses are like that, you can imagine what the rest of the organization will be, right? So they can make this sort of judgment very quickly, you know. Okay. Okay, so this, in each one of these really matters lah. Like for D type, they will trust those who deliver results quickly. So your colleague who is a D type, make sure you meet your deadlines, okay? And any challenges, just say it out, alright? They will accept it. The I type, they will trust you when you show enthusiasm and recognition, okay? So once they come up with a good idea, quickly cheer them, okay? And get other people to cheer with you. Then they'll feel good. So you can build this. S type, they trust those who show consistency and empathy, okay? So you need to check in with them regularly. That means you get asked, hey, how are things getting on? Are you alright? Okay? You got this task on your hand, any issue? So you keep checking on them. The S type is very happy, alright? The C type, of course, you know already lah. Need data lah, okay, and evidence. So don't talk to a C type. Once the I and the C come together, sometimes got big explosion lah, okay. So if you are I, even a little bit of data is better than nothing, okay, because they don't want to see you as somebody messing around lah, okay. Alright. Then respect. The D type feel respected when you get to the point. Okay, so don't do small talk and things like that lah, and focus on outcomes. So that's why the baby boomers have this problem. We come out from a generation where we started our career where it was more leisurely, faxes and all that. So we still have that habit. But go and talk to a D type, the Gen Z, you run into trouble. So I got to learn to cut down the small talk. The I type, they feel respected when you listen to their stories. All right, so just ask them. Alright, hey, what happened? What you did in the line yesterday? Hey, how come your productivity go up? What did you do? Oh, they feel very happy. Okay. The S type, they feel respected when you acknowledge the effort. Okay. So appreciation will be very useful for them. And the C type, they feel respected when you engage the expertise. Okay. How do you analyze this? What tool you use? Alright. Okay, communication. I will skip this one. I think we already talked about communication just now, alright? And then boundaries. The D type, and this is an important point I know because I am a D type. I need autonomy, alright? Many of my ex-bosses couldn't manage me because they didn't understand that. They keep giving me directions where I already very clear on the things, okay? So if they had told me that, alright, this is your baby, okay, and if any issue, let me know, then I would have been very happy. Okay, I run into trouble with them and they with me because they don't understand. Alright, especially D and C like myself. Alright, so the autonomy is very important. The I type, they need attention limit. So don't let them monotonous. Once in a meeting, the I type can keep talking until the whole meeting ends. Also, nothing. Okay, so when you're managing them, then you got to set limits. All right. Okay. A. Yes, you got some ideas here. All right. Can you just give it 10 minutes to put the ideas down? Please don't go beyond that because we need other people to blah 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 your other agenda. So you set the stage before they begin. But once they begin, you want to cut them off. They are susah already. But once you put the game plan, the ground rule at the beginning, then you're less problem. Okay. So you need to manage them this way. The S type, work-life balance. They call work-life separation, right? Yeah. So they get very annoyed if they are interrupted in their own personal time. And the C type, of course, needs clarity. Okay. Okay. So you can see the DISC works in the relationship as well. So you need to know how they will respond so that you can act accordingly lah. Okay, so this is just to help you summarize everything. The D, the I, the S type with regards to trust, respect, communication and boundaries. Okay, so you can use this. Alright, I can guarantee you won't find this anywhere. Go Google, you won't find it. Okay, what? Okay, okay, so that's it. Now this one not my fault. This one HR and everybody want one. So I finished my part on time. The additional one is okay. Alright, any quick question? So you need to finish this away, and there's one more. You got to do the pre-assessment again. Sorry, right? Correct or not? Yeah. Okay. So you got 3. So you finish these 2, then I give you the third one. Yeah. Yeah. I am 5 minutes overshot. Sorry. No, this one is Bahasa Malaysia. English Bahasa Malaysia. Yeah. Okay. Third one, the post assessment cost. Exceeded, they don't get, then you get problem, right? So you got to be very clear your reward and recognition system, how it works, so everybody is clear. Okay, so last time what they do is this, Japanese company also, and for every department at the beginning of the year, the MD will say, okay, if you achieve this, then you will get this. You achieve that, you will get this lah. It just so happened that because we are in the R&D department, so we got a lot of rewards because we did a lot of things and we meet a lot of targets and all that lah. So and then the reward can be carried forward next year one. So if they give the money you don't spend, you can take it, keep it for next year, So 1 year, we got so much reward. The whole department went to the time Penang because you're in KL for 3 days, hotel, everything. And then after we come back, still got money. So we went for another big dinner. Alright, but nobody would make a noise because this one was already pre-agreed. That you meet this, you will get. But other department got equal chance. If they meet it, they will also get it. So that way that means that upfront you declare then no issue But if you belakang kira, then sure got issue one. If the manager suddenly suka-suka, hey, I like this, I didn't give reward, then I can guarantee you get into trouble. Yeah, sooner or later. Then people will start comparing, then you have trouble, right? So the main thing about reward recognition is consistency and upfront declaration. Then you don't have problem. Okay. But there are smaller ones which last time one American company, the manager level can give. So these are all Kentucky vouchers, but they are so small If I don't get also, I don't mind. So we have a whole stack in the drawer. So sometimes in the department meeting, we say, hey, somebody did well. Then okay, we give Yeah, sometimes buta the manager, some managers want to give out very quickly, so don't keep it in the drawer. So every time got demand, hey, whose birthday this month? Oh, you, okay, everybody birthday get one. So that one is not really reward at all. It's just buta-buta giving out. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, can I take this out now, everybody? Cannot. Cannot. Then I'll put the third one in. Nothing else, Ben? Huh? Huh? Yeah. Okay. Huh? Oh, over there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Huh? Oh, yeah.
Is this correct? Oh no, you're supposed to choose what they stand for. Yeah, there's no right answer. Oh, there should be one and none of the above. I think I took out. Okay. It's okay, so I got to discount this question. Yeah. 可以了，可以了。When you finish the post-course assessment, then you can balik. Okay, I think that's all I have. Oh, group photo also got. Okay, get. Okay, so where? Here. Okay, so we'll end your group photo. What brief for what? Okay, you better validate your parking ticket. Yeah, otherwise you pay 50 ringgit for parking. Okay.
For attention, this is very important announcement. For those who haven't validated your parking, your payment card, right, whether it's touch and go, then credit card, outside, before you go down, there's a black color machine. Put your card there, wait until it's set for you complete, flat rate, only you take away the card. Okay? Or else it will charge 5 ringgit per hour. Okay? So if you are here at 8 p.m., your parking rate will be 45 to 50 ringgit. Okay? Do remember to validate the card. Once they potong the money, it's non-refundable. Okay? go to the machine, put your card, the screen will show incomplete flat rate. Yeah, so you can get a flat rate of 3 ringgit. Okay, do remember to validate, yeah? Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, so once finished, take photos. Alright?